Good morning, my loves. Happy November. So it's the first day of November and a brand new month. How are you all doing? I hope you're well, and we've got our lovely messages for the week, the angel messages for the week. And of course, we've got a new moon coming up as well. So we have a new moon in Scorpio. So hello to everybody who's watching me live. Nancy's the first one in. And I know that there's a few more of you coming through, so I thought I would just share these little pumpkins that my daughter carved. I thought they were so sweet. And I know it's not Halloween anymore, but you know what? We can't, pumpkins are not just for Halloween, are they? And seeing as she carved them so beautifully, I thought it would be really lovely just to use them for our display this morning and put my little candles in there. So I hope you're well. Let's see who's joined me here. And so happy November, happy Scorpio season. So happy birthday to all the November babies, and happy birthday to all the little scorpions in the house. How are you doing? You are the intense star sign of the zodiac, the diggers, the people who dare to go deeper and more intense than anybody else. So well done to you. So good morning to Nancy. Good morning to Laura Brufato. Hello to Andrea McSkimming. To Gemma Crow. Good morning. Got your stand here. Hope you're well. And Colleen Ann is watching. And Anne McGarry's here. You see, I'm a bit later coming through for my American, Canadian, Australians. So I hope it hasn't disrupted you too much with your schedules. Hopefully it's better. I don't know if you do the whole losing an hour thing for daylight saving. And Leslie Townley's here. Anne McGarry, good morning. Good morning to Lucy Buxton. I know, it's so lovely that you can join us. Hello to Janine Smelt. How are you doing, my love? Good morning to Karen Williams. And to Laurie Fantasia, good morning. Thank you for the stars, Laurie. And good morning to Patricia Alvarenga. We've got Andrea McSkimming, who's brought stars as well. If anybody wants to send stars, they are most welcome. Thank you so much. You are so kind, because it does help to support the page and all the lovely things that we do here. Karen Chalmers is watching. Good morning, Karen. Denise Anderson, good morning to you. Suki Hair Salon, haven't seen you in ages, my love. I hope you're well. Danielle Bowen, good morning or good evening to you, my darling. You change times next week, Nancy. So we've got a week crossover where we're all a bit wonky with the times. Anne McGarry, it's your birthday and your son's birthday this month. Well, happy birthday to you, darlings. Ludmilla is here. Good morning to you, Ludmilla. Good evening, Robin Steele. How are you doing? Marianne's watching. Got Morgan to you. Joy Cook's here as well. Okay, so what have we got? We've got some keys and some postcards from Spirit this morning. This gorgeous deck that I'm dipping in and out of all the time. Postcards from Spirit by Colette Baron Reid. So we've got a beautiful postcard with a message on there from your spirit guides or from a loved one in spirit, whichever resonates with you. And excuse my hands, because I only have nail polish left on the thumbs and it won't come off because it's that gel stuff. And I've got DIY fingers and packing fingers because I've been sending all your parcels out. So we've been shipping off the Oracle board, which has been so exciting, super exciting. And so everybody who ordered your board, yours is on its way or already arrived with you. Some of you, I think, are getting yours today over in the USA. So exciting that they've gone so quickly. So I'm going to say a few more hellos and then we're going to dive into the messages for the week. I'm going to put the light on so you can actually see the messages for the week. And we're going to explore what this gorgeous new moon in Scorpio is bringing for us in terms of a lovely rebirth. Lynn Hardy, good morning. Lisa Weeks and Patty Robb, thank you for joining me. Joy Cook and Lynn Hardy, thank you so much for the stars, my love. Donna Bennett is here. Good morning from Canada. Margarita Jeffries, hello, darling. Good morning to you. Happy 1st of November, Lisa. Thank you for the stars so much, Marianne. And Deb Shipley, hello, you're here with me. Oh, that's so lovely to have you here because I know you can't always join in live. And Moya Kelly's watching too. Good morning, Debbie Baldwin. And thank you so much for the stars, Gemma Crow. That's really kind of you. Hello and good evening to Alessandra Ritchie in Australia. Right, lights on. Woo! Let's put this other light on as well. Now, you know, last week I was all of a fluster because I was having my bathroom refitted, my ensuite bathroom, and it's all done. I just got to paint the walls now, so it's very exciting. Good evening, Nicole South. You're a bit late because you're cleaning up after dinner. Oh, cleaning up after dinner. It's really nice to leave the kitchen all clean and tidy before bedtime, isn't it? Moya Kelly, good morning to you from Belfast. What's the weather like there? Because it's a bit grotty in Yorkshire, but it's nice and cosy inside, so that's what we like. So we're going to have 3 cards for the reading this morning because we've got a new moon in Scorpio. Now, as I said previously, Scorpio season's all about rebirth. It's about delving into our dark side, our shadow side, those things that we'd rather not address. Some things can come up from previous encounters in this life that we haven't truly dealt with for us to heal and to really go to the deep and dark places that we don't want to delve into. And others can be past life things. They can be sorry, I'm just bending the little wings back on this Gemma Crow stand. Some of them can be things that are coming through from past lives and ancestral things that we have to deal with. But we're brave enough, we are strong enough to do this, my loves, aren't we? We can do this, we've got this. Good morning, Robin, Donald and Angela Davis. How are you doing, my loves? Okay, so our first card represents the beginning of the week through to about Wednesday. So what have our angels got for us? We've got the King of Fire. Isn't this nice? So this is very high motivational energy. So you may find yourself charging straight out of the gates in the beginning of November, feeling like you can conquer the world. And it's really important that you make the most of that, because how often do we feel like that? You know, it comes and goes, doesn't it? If you're anything like me, you get bursts of enthusiasm and then it wanes. So make the most of feeling those brand new energies as we open the gate, we open the door to November. And it's really important, Isabella, good morning, that we also have that sense of aspirational energy, and we really grasp what is it that we're ambitious about, what is it that we want to achieve. So even if you're not making any strides towards doing anything practically, this could be all in the mind. This could be all about you going, right, I'm going to write down what it is that I want to achieve. I'm going to get my oracle board out. I'm going to do a charm casting. I'm going to look at the Wheel of Abundance. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you at the end. So this is our enthusiasm, and it's that getting fired up. You know, it's the sacral chakra energy. It's that whole sense of, what do I want to create? What do I want to recreate, reboot? We're coming out of the shadow of Mercury retrograde as well this week. So no more wonkiness, no more things that are holding us back. This is a time for us to really charge forward. This could also indicate somebody coming into your life who has strong fire energy. It could be of either gender, any gender should I say. Oh gosh, it's a colourful world we live in, and I'll always say the wrong thing, so I apologise if I've offended anybody with what I just said. But this could be somebody coming into your life romantically, who's got passion, who's coming towards you ardently and asking you out, or it could be your other half getting all passionate and romantic with you if you're in a relationship. Or it could be somebody very interested and enthusiastic about what it is that you do and saying, hey, I'd like to find out more about that, or I'd like to involve you in a project that I'm working on. So this is a really lovely energy. It's a really great way to start a new month and a new week. And King of Fire, bring him on. Bring the King of Fire in. Cindy saying, good morning from Manchester, Missouri. Oh, how lovely. I've never been to Missouri. I'd really like to. And my feed keeps freezing the video, but you're staying on. Oh, bless you, Cindy. Sometimes you can come out and come back in again. It might help. Christiane Cottrell, good evening to you. Leo Mazzoni's here. Sharon Pace is here. Patty Robb, lovely voice. you have snow in Nebraska, USA. Oh, well, thank you. That's very nice of you to say. And snow in Nebraska. Wow, that's a bit early. Is that a bit unusual for you? I'm not sure about Nebraskan weather. Karen, Nicholas, and Kathy Robinson and Leslie Connors are here as well. Hello to you, my loves. Okay, let's have a look at the new moon. So this second card represents the new moon in Scorpio. All this 8th house energy, all this scorpionic vibes. What have the angels got for us at this new moon? We've got the world. We've got Archangel Michael coming in here. Now, first thing I want to say about Archangel Michael is he's the angel of bravery, courage. He helps us to top up our levels of courage if they're dwindling a little bit. And you know, you always need a lot of courage in Scorpio season because things come out of the pipes. Things get dredged up from goodness knows where that we've been ignoring, that we've not wanted to deal with, or we didn't even know they were there. And it's a bit like when you have a blocked pipe in your toilet, and then the only reason you know it's blocked is either things weren't flush or it starts to smell. And then the smell gets so bad you have to do something about it. You have to literally get your hands in there and pull out the stuff. It's the only way to clear it. And that's very much what the Scorpio new moon represents, because it's about a rebirth. And we think of the scorpion as the symbol of Scorpio, and yes it is, but Scorpio has lots of different symbols, and its highest incarnation of Scorpio is the phoenix, rising above, literally burning away everything that no longer serves it and becoming this stronger, mystical, magical creature. And that's all of us. Look at that. The world signifies an ending. It's like the circle is complete. So it feels like some kind of chapter could be coming to an end at this new moon. And we could be celebrating. We could be saying, yes, that's wonderful. I'm really glad that that's finished. I'm really acknowledging the completion of that. It can also be that there is some chapter that the door is closing on your life. It's over and you have to move on, and there's something so much more splendid and magnificent awaiting you, and Archangel Michael comes in to give you the courage to cut the cords with that, to give you the courage to open that new door, to walk right through it, knowing that's what's on the other side of it. We've never been there before, so we don't know. We tend to think, oh, well, I'll just stay here because it's comfy. I don't particularly enjoy it, but it's working for me-ish. No, it's not. This is where the universe says, we need you to move forward, because your bravery, when you're brave, you can conquer the world. And when you've conquered the world, you think, well, I can do anything, don't you? So the words on this card are a job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude, the path towards enlightenment. So whatever feels heavy is something that, you know, could be some big heavy obstacle that you've not wanted to remove, or you've maybe not known how to, you've not even known of its existence. And Archangel Michael comes in here to say this new moon is going to help you to sweep that away, not necessarily effortlessly, but with more energy than you thought you had to be able to move that forward. Okay, so our final card represents the last part of the week, of Friday through to the weekend, and it is more fire energy. So we got this metaphor of fire, you know, with the phoenix being the highest representation of Scorpio energy, and the phoenix represents the flames, it represents burning, it represents cleansing, it represents rebirth in the sacral chakra. So it feels as though whatever you're passionate about this week, you need to do it, you need to pursue it, or you need to plan it, you need to start dreaming it in your mind. And then when you have it, when you have that vision in your head of what you know to be true or important or significant to move towards, either hang on in there, like, you know, when people do those booking bronco things where they sit on the back of the steer, and then it's, you know, whipping them around, and all they can do is hold on to the horns. And that is, you know, what you're doing. So you're not going to let anything shake you off. You've got the power to hold on, and you can actually rise above. So can you see there's all these arrows being shot at this person who's riding this dragon, And she's got a smile on her face because she's saying, you know what, these things aren't affecting me anymore because I've ascended so high. It just doesn't matter, or I can't feel it, or I'm just different. Everything's different. It feels different. Now, the number 7 is also a really significant number. In numerology, it's about magic. It's about a life path. It's about miracles. And so there is some kind of miraculous energy that's going to attach itself to you. And you've got to hold on, because you can get to where you want to be. But the only way you're going to do that is by going higher, by being fearless and pushing past anything that scares you. Because that's the only way we can become bigger and better, isn't it? By going beyond our fears and having the passion and the belief that we want to, we're building this fire and we want it to grow. So those are some really strong messages this week. Now, what are you afraid of? That's a question I want to ask you. What are you afraid of? It's okay to be afraid. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, we all get scared of something, don't we? And other people's fears, we might go, oh my goodness, you're afraid of that. Oh, that's nothing to me. But then your own individual fears are something that's so personal and scary to you. It's something for you to deal with. So don't make comparisons with yourself to others, and acknowledge the fact that you're afraid of that thing for a reason, but it's not something that you cannot overcome. Okay, that's a double negative. Never say double negatives. Right, I'm just going to draw a card from my Oracle of Wisdom and Beauty deck. And if you're interested to know what cards I was using for the weekly messages, we've got the Angel Tarot deck by Radley Valentine is what we're using there. I'm just going to say good morning to Phyllis Bailey, Astrid Twig, Stella Smith, Yoli Reyes, Lisa Walkerton, Julie Hans, Teresa McElhill, Heidi MacDonald, and Trev Jones and McGarry. Good morning. Okay, so this card that we're having next is for the collective for the week from my Oracle deck. So the card that I've drawn for us is, this works perfectly with all of the other cards that we drew previously. And it's the untold story. It's about going higher. It's about, sometimes we get to a certain level of growth or expansion and we think, that's as high as I can go. And this card always says there's an untold story. There's something higher for you to reach towards. Because when you think that you can only go to a certain level, you're going around in circles, you're doing the same things over and over. You have to do things differently, and you have to be brave enough to tell a new story. What is the untold story that is waiting to be written in your life? This is the book of your life, and make it a good one, my loves. Okay. Nancy's just said something really beautiful. Thank you so much for these readings. You look forward to beginning your week with you and lovely souls from all around the world, a beautiful tribe. They are beautiful, aren't they? Everybody who comes here and assembles with us is so lovely. Okay, so let's have a look and see what the messages are for you personally. So I'm going to dive into the different keys. So we have this one that is a is that a Yale lock key? Is that Yale? Mortis is the one that's like that one, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. So Yale lock with a bronze finish on it. This silver key here with a very ornate sort of etchings on it. And then this mortis lock here with a little chubby one, number 3. Alright, so noisy box that this is resting on. So the first key has a message for you. And what is the message? It is the message of love. Isn't that beautiful? So love coming your way. The key to love. Maybe the key to unlock love in your life is bringing something towards you. So a door opening to love. And then I'm going to read you your postcard from Spirit. So these have this lovely background. They almost look Victorian. They look very old, don't they? And it has a little message. You are not alone. Oh, because you've got lots of love. And the key to love is opening a door for you. So she writes these as though somebody in spirit has sent you a postcard. So are you ready? I'm going to read it out to you. Dear, dear you, it might be hard to believe you'll ever get to where you want to go. Feel the way you want to feel and find peace and security, but you can. There's lots to celebrate in this life, but first you need to let go of this attachment to achieving certain results. It's so easy to get caught in the endless loop of wanting this or that so that you can feel safe. The only way out is to surrender the attachment. Empty yourself so you can be filled with something new. The compulsion will be lifted and peace will come. Trust that something better awaits, that something new will open up, and that you will see new opportunities for fulfillment. The truth is, whenever you get into the loop, what you're really looking for is spirit. That connection is where the power, the peace, and the purpose lies. Everything else follows after that. Give yourself a hug. We've got you. Loving you so, so much. I love that message. And you know what? That is so true, right? So it kind of reminds me of this card. Whenever we find ourselves going around in circles, telling the same story, telling ourselves the same story, what we're looking for when we're going around in circles is spirit. We're looking to ascend higher. And sometimes we're looking for these things, the spirituality, the sense of peace, the sense of security. We're looking for it outside of ourselves when really it's inside. And in this Scorpio season, particularly this new moon in Scorpio, my loves, if you're brave enough to go inwards, if you're brave enough to admit to some of the darker things that you don't want to see or be conscious of, then they're going to bring you so many rewards, okay? So that is a beautiful message for you. I hope you enjoyed that and it resonated. So number 2 is this lovely silver key that so many of you chose. And your message on this key is dreams. Excuse my horrible plaster and nails. Oh, I keep saying normal service will be resumed. It will be soon. Dreams. So pay attention to your dreams first of all. You could be having lots of really important dreams this week that are trying to give you important messages. And then also pay attention to the dreams that you want to see unfolding in your life. Don't give up on your dreams. And just have a little faith in yourself that you're doing so well that you are actually getting closer to your dreams. It's happening in a way that you haven't written the script for. The universe has written that script. So sometimes you just got to be a bit patient and watch for the unfolding, because believe me, the universe writes amazing scripts, far better than any we can come up with, right? So let us have a look. Julie just said, please don't worry about your nails. I'm not even dressed yet. Well, thank you for that. You made me feel a whole lot better. So we have a beautiful, for you who chose number 2, we have a beautiful cherub. And the cherub is blowing a trumpet. And it says, be fearless. There's a theme this week, isn't there, about fearlessness, about bravery, courage. So your message from Spirit is, dearest you, sometimes it's wonderful to give, but there are times you might find yourself over-giving. Now might be a good time to check in and see where you might be cutting off the flow of abundance. Let others give to you, even if you're more comfortable being generous and being the giver, the healer, the rescuer. In the art of living, we sometimes overlook an important skill, receiving gracefully with gratitude and without diminishing yourself or trying to deny vulnerability or bringing an agenda of equality to it. Receiving is hard. For some people, maybe you. You do not need this for that in your exchange with others. You are doing good in the world. Let the world give back and support you. Then you can give up the old stories that have convinced you. The old stories that have you convinced you have to do everything alone with no help. Let your well be filled. We all love you so, so much. So you deserve to have your dreams. And in order to have them, you have to be open to receiving, right? And this comes back to this message again. It mentioned it in that card, didn't it? About when you have this cycle of saying to yourself, you know, I'm not going to, I have to do everything myself. This is an untold story. This is the story I tell myself constantly, that I have to do everything alone. I have to be alone, or I have to be the giver and the rescuer and the nurturer. So what if you told a different story? What if you set yourself a goal for this new moon in Scorpio to say, I'm going to be brave enough to accept things from others. I'm going to let people give to me and see what happens. Just see how many things come your way because you allow that in. And Jem is saying, blimey, this resonates today. Well, it certainly is, isn't it? Okay, so number 3s. I hope that resonated with you who chose number 2s. So first of all, your key meaning message is secret. So this new moon and this key unlocks the door to a secret. So something you've been maybe keeping secret, you can be open about it. And you know, with secrets, sometimes we keep secrets because we have to, because we think, right, I can't say anything about this yet, and then we have to wait for good timing. So it could be that there's timing at play here where the secret can come to light. Sometimes we're secretive about things because we're ashamed of it, because we think others will judge us, because we don't want anybody to know about our dark side, our wounds, our shadow, because we don't like it very much and we think other people will hate us. And so be brave enough to share something that you've kept secret, or just to face up to it yourself, to look at that dark, shadowy side of you and to send some love and light in its direction. And when something isn't secret anymore, it's out there, and it's just easier, isn't it, to not keep a secret, because there's a lot of skullduggery involved in that, isn't there? There's a lot of, it's hard to keep secrets. Or some secret may be revealed to you this week. So we have a beautiful dragonfly for you. And the dragonfly doesn't live very long, so it makes the most of life in its very short time on this earth. But also it has the ability to zoom out and zoom in. It doesn't get too close to things, but it can pull away and be objective. And it said, you are magic. Isn't that beautiful? You are magic. So your message from Spirit is, there are times when loss is a part of life. Sometimes a loss is welcome, like when you leave a situation not in alignment with your highest good. Sometimes a loss is sudden and painful, like when a loved one crosses over to our dimension. Regardless of the nature of the loss and your control over it, your experience is asking to be acknowledged. Tears are necessary, as is grief. When you repress the natural expression of loss and try to move on too quickly, the unprocessed pain haunts you in destructive ways. We don't want that for you. Instead, let your heart break open wide. Feel the loss and integrate it. See the beauty that was, the lessons learned, and know that as you let go of what has passed, ever more of you remains. It gets better, we promise. Your heart expands with more compassion for the world than ever before. Love heals all. We are loving you, sending you love always and forever. That one makes me all emotional. It really does. Gosh, so emotional. That is beautiful, isn't it? So, you know, if you've got something that you're grieving about, if it's something you're letting go of, if something you have let go of and you haven't grieved fully for it, I feel like this new moon in Scorpio is going to be very cleansing. Scorpio is a water sign. It's water energy, and water cleanses, water heals, and emotion heals, doesn't it? So, yeah, beautiful messages. Now, my loves, I did say that I was gonna just recap for you on the Oracle board set. So remember, I did a big unboxing of this. So this is the felt folder it comes in with the angel wings. And this is the Oracle board itself. I'm just going to go grab the link for this just to remind you, because there are a few of these gift sets left and they're limited editions. Sorry about that, I'm back. So here is the link to order this, and you get the Oracle board, which is it folds out like this, and it has 7 spaces for you to put your cards down and do readings with. So you also get the lovely little guidebook booklet, and it has 16 different 7-card spreads, and 1 and 6 adds up to 7 as well. So I chose 7 because it's a magical number. People have been sending me pictures of the spreads that they've been doing over the weekend. For those of you who are lucky enough to get yours delivered on Saturday, we're choosing some wonderful spreads. Somebody did the 3-month spread, somebody did the spread for when I'm stuck. You could do the spread for the new moon in Scorpio if you get yours in time. And then we have the Wheel of Abundance, which is on the other side of the board, which looks, whoops, it's upside down, which looks like this. So it's got 8 different really important aspects of your life. It has all of the constellations of the zodiac signs around it. Isn't that beautiful? Designed by the beautiful Cassia, who is my wonderful graphic designer, who understands all of the things that I explain to her, all of the weird and wonderful crazy ideas that I have. She translates them into these prints. And we've also got the lovely charms that go with the Wheel of Abundance, so that you can do a charm casting. So you just choose some charms and you throw them onto the board, and then wherever they land gives you an indication of what it is that is important right now for you to know about. You can also pick individual charms to go with each of those, and you can do journaling as well. So we've got explanations about the charm casting in there as well. And also I sent some beautiful videos that are instructional videos to help you to work through the Wheel of Abundance and do the 7-card readings. You also get some blank Wheel of Abundance sheets, so you can draw the charms that you chose, or you can do a rating for yourself. It's all in the videos anyway, explaining what to do. So there is as well a card that has lots of different colour interpretations on it. And I haven't got it because I gave it to my mum when I went to see her this weekend. She wanted the board and the gift set, but I didn't have enough, so I was saying I'll get some more printed and then you can have one when we do the second print. But yeah, so it's been a really beautiful project to work on, and it's I've really enjoyed it, and so I'm really enjoying seeing you post in your spreads and getting to grips with doing readings for yourself on a much bigger level, you know, rather than just pulling one card. You know, you're getting to do really detailed spreads about all different things. So it's been really exciting, and thank you so much to everybody who ordered this, everybody who supported me in sharing it and liking it and giving me your feedback on it. I really appreciate that support. And there's more to come. I'm working on some really exciting things at the moment, which I cannot talk about yet, but hopefully next month I can share a bit more with you about what I'm doing. So that is all for today, and thank you so much, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful week and a fabulous new moon, and I'll catch up with you on Wednesday with our beautiful interactive readings. Lots of love.